Morning world, 8:25, 17th of September 2013. Venus conjunct Saturn in Scorpio. Quite a few words there, Venus, Saturn, Scorpio, that would scare a lot of astrologers because it's traditionally seen as a difficult position, let alone conjunct the North Node. Blimey, what a position. Any child being born now has got one interesting chart. Venus is what you appreciate and enjoy. It's what turns you on. It's what makes you feel good, whether it's physical, sexual, financial, spiritual, or food. And Saturn brings structure and order and discipline and boundary. So traditionally, most astrologers would say that Venus conjunct Saturn is one hell of a position. It's really difficult. It brings a great tense of potential for restriction and limitation. Add to that it's in Scorpio, where Venus does not like being, and you've got a lot of potential issues around power, control, dominance, etc., etc. Hang on a minute. I think that Venus-Saturn has been vastly over-denigrated. I think that Venus conjunct Saturn is actually quite a good place, but then I would, because I'm older. If you've got a Venus-Saturn conjunction, or for that matter opposition in your chart, and you're under 40, you're probably looking at me and thinking, you're mad. It's hard. It's a real stinker. It limits my love life. It means I haven't got much money. And true. People with Venus conjunct Saturn, when I deal with them, I say to them, look, it's a real bummer when you're in your mid-20s and early 30s, and you're seeing all your mates getting married and having kids and getting good jobs, and and you're really struggling just to keep your head above water. Really difficult. And then it's as you get towards 40, and just as you begin to think, do you know what, I'm beginning to crack this. I'm beginning to realise that real value and worth doesn't come through other people's relationships with me. It comes in my own relationship with myself. And people with Venus conjunct Saturn, as they get towards their 40s, start thinking about the relationship they have with themselves and bring a lot more, self-responsibility and self-boundaries and self-confidence into the equation. And then they get a really, really good relationship with themselves. Like, this is me, warts and all. As soon as that happens, they then start attracting much more quality people into their lives, and they begin to start having really good quality, long-term relationships that will not so much be happy, because that's a temporary thing, but will be steadily and consistently content. Just as all their friends who got married in their 20s are getting fat, getting divorced, buying Harley Davidsons, whatever. People with Venus-Saturn are late starters, but they normally end up in a long-term relationship that's 30 to 40 years strong, and that generally lasts for the rest of their life. Because when they settle for good. In Scorpio, it says, well, don't mess me about. I can deal with big problems. I can't deal with lies. And if you're going to deal with me, tell me the truth and let's get on with it, or let's not bother. Venus conjunct Saturn in Scorpio and the North Node, as it is at the moment, does suggest that on a birth chart, anyone born at this time is going to have one or two very significant relationships in the pattern of their lives, which will probably change not only their lives, but the lives of many, many people around them. Venus conjunct Saturn in Scorpio in the sky as it is, and how it affects us individually at the day-by-day level, suggests that this is a time where there are some pretty big decisions being made around value and worth. And particularly with Mars being in Leo as well, there's a fair bit of sort of jiggery-pokery going on around relationship patterns for a lot of people, that's making a lot of people reassess what they want for themselves in their relationships. Meanwhile, back in the real world, the moon today, as I speak, still in Aquarius. It's been a void moon for the last 12 to 24 hours. It's still going to be a void moon for the rest of today. Well, at least till, 1:05 today. The moon is in Aquarius all day and it's a void moon, so not a lot is going to happen for the next 4 or 5 hours. Only after sort of 1 p.m. UK time today, when the moon moves into Pisces, do I expect developments to occur. And then, of course, the moon is conjuncting Neptune. So today is likely to be a day of initially mixed and apprehensive situations where like, what if, what am I doing? Followed by a degree of empathic and sensitivity, which if you're not careful could easily lead into confusion. Today is a bit of a messy day. So don't go letting your feelings and emotions get too out of hand, otherwise you will end up in a bit of a puddle on the floor. Okay, catch you tomorrow. Bye.